Hey, what's going on? Z-Man the Tech here, and today I want to shed some light on a retro beat 'em up called 8 Dragons on Nintendo Switch by developer Extend Mode and publisher JanduSoft, released on May 27, 2021, and it's also available on Steam, PS4, and Xbox One. As far as the game type, 8 Dragons is a retro-style beat 'em up that takes inspiration from classics like Target Renegade and Double Dragon. However, it amplifies the experience with massive co-op gameplay that supports up to 8 players simultaneously. As far as the gameplay, you assume the role of one of 8 characters, all with unique stats, and you work your way through henchman-riddled cities using your hands, feet, and any weapons you can find along the way. Each character has combos, jump attacks, and dashing attacks at their disposal, and you can of course grab and throw enemies at one another as well. Speaking of which, throwing enemies into each other, using weapons, and dash attacking seem to be the most effective methods for dispatching enemies, though it never hurts to use a good punch-kick combo to stagger enemies to keep them at bay while surrounded. As far as the story mode, each character has their own path and motivation for pushing forward, and they all intertwine with each other in some form or fashion. Though the stories are straightforward and not too incredibly deep, I do appreciate their presence. The levels are short and fairly easy to navigate, so you can focus solely on the action, which makes it accessible for quick playthroughs or short bursts of fun, if you will. The game has options to make it as fast, slow, easy, and difficult as you would like. Arcade mode is relatively short, so if you would like the full experience, Super Arcade mode is the mode to play. There are other modes to play around with as well. The controls for the game are smooth, simple, and responsive. You have an attack button, a jump button, and a crouch button. Dashing is performed by double tapping whichever direction you're facing, and it can be used in conjunction with the attack button to unleash a dashing attack. That move can really get you out of a jam when surrounded, and I highly recommend getting acclimated with it. Crouching can keep you safe for a brief moment, but once surrounded, as soon as you get up again, you're left vulnerable, so I really can only recommend it when guns are involved. Wink wink. As far as the visuals, they really do capture that era of classic beat 'em ups, from the animations to the character models and poses. There's a great amount of detail in the backgrounds and sceneries that really reminds me of the work done in Streets of Rage and Super Double Dragons. There's a moderate difference in combos and animations per character for specific actions that have an effect on their hitboxes, say for instance the way some characters perform jump or dashing attacks, so keep that in mind. The sound design in the game was handled with care, from the crisp retro combat sounds of the fighting and the heart-pumping tunes that really capture the era and the mood of the action and setting. Everything sounds fairly balanced and leveled for the most part, with the exception of the fanfare being a little louder than everything else once completing a level. But that's something that could be fixed on the back end and not too much of a concern. It just sticks out to me a bit because I'm an audio engineer. Aside from that though, everything audio-wise is pretty acceptable. So, in conclusion, if you're a fan of retro beat 'em ups from the 80s and 90s with a style more close to Double Dragons and have up to 8 friends to play with, there's definitely some fun to be had with this one. The level of difficulty and game speed is very flexible, and the time needed to complete the game is not too intrusive at all, and it's great for short play sessions. The game could be played solo or with a group, and right now it's on sale for $1.99 at 75% off until January 11th if you're interested in giving it a shot. Thanks for your time and have a great day.
Futuristic classic. Time is of the essence. I feel like I had mastered. Futuristic classic. It's always moving forward, so I'm never moving backwards.